Excuse me, sorry.
Bless you.
Sorry, y'all. We're on Black People Time. You already know. Hello. Welcome. We're back. We made it back. Inja, my friend.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, baby girl, it's been a week, okay? I am okay. I'm hanging in there. So sorry for being off camera. You guys can't see my ugly mug because I'm dealing with an eye infection that's really bothering the hell out of me. So I didn't want to scare you. So you just got to listen to my ugly voice. But
your voice is not ugly.
You get to look at Brandy and Jenn, and I don't know what Inja's doing, but she's still.
Dude, don't you think I look like that kid? I look like that kid from South Park.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh my god, I was just thinking that.
I'm dead. Jen, say it next time, okay? Make fun of her ass, okay? For those who have never been to this hot ass mess show, Inja and I, that's my co-host right there, Inja. And I'm Sheena, and we are Melanin Manga, and we are breaking down. We started a book club, monthly-ish book club, and our first book that we're breaking down is I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. And we are joined by Jenn down there. She's right below me. Look. And then there's Brandy with the little cute cat ears on. Oh my goodness.
Why does Brandy look like a Jedi or like a Sith master and I look like Teddy?
Join the dark side.
Shut the fuck up, Ninja. I can't with you, girl. So we should say hi to the people that showed up for us.
Oh,
yeah, can you do that?
So we have Sheena. Thanks for showing up for the show. Chop and drop. Sheena, keep killing it.
Thanks.
Killing it. Ninja.
Not just Sheena.
And we have Steve. Hi, Inja, Sheena, Brandy, and Jenn.
Hello.
Your question.
Surprise! We all made it, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
so. And oh my goodness, I'm dead. This is already turning out to be great.
Why is he questioning everything? Hey, chat.
First he doesn't do a show, then he's coming over here questioning shit. We're questioning you, homie. Where's the show at? Okay, tell him, Inja. Get in his ass.
Fanime, bring it back. And we have Mike.
Hey, one of our winners. Oh, Brandy, did we get yours sorted out?
Yeah, thank y'all so much. I actually just finished that series. Not yesterday, the day before, maybe.
Nice.
So cute.
So cool. So, Mike is one of our other people that won on our last show that we did. That was so much fun, and Brandy won too. And I was so like, "Damn it, Brandy!" I had to get all up for her to win. I really didn't, okay? But I was rooting for my girl, okay? I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. So
I just can't help. I'm just so knowledgeable.
You can't. Knowledgeable, beautiful, fucking rad. Like one of the coolest kids sitting at the fucking table. Like, come on now.
The whole package.
For real.
The whole package. She's a snack, a meal, and dessert.
Brandy won. You both won. So, anyways, but yeah,
it was a close one.
It was
close.
It was, but yes.
You got negative points when you couldn't name my favorite anime, Mike. That's what you did.
I'm crying. Womp womp. You got called out. But yeah, okay. So, what should we do first? Oh, so before anything, my friend Steve is speaking today. for this week? You guys good?
What'd you say?
Do you have anything to say? You guys good?
You can't give the answer now, okay? The game's over.
Right.
You guys got to get back and watch it because Inja was hot, dude. I was like in tears. I was like, and she was like, oh, okay, nobody knew. All right.
I was not happy.
Inja, I forgot it. Oh my God, I'm dead. But yeah. Yeah, so my lovely ladies, I guess let's get started. We will derail, okay? Is that a word? Did I say that word right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Derail? Okay.
You got it.
I get that Clark State education, so I don't trust myself at times.
Stop.
So okay, on a serious note, on a very serious note.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. We wanted to highlight something that's going on right now. Oh wait, how do you take off that? How do you take off? I'm dead. You got it?
Yep, I got it.
Okay. Thank you, Vim. Sorry, Jen. Okay. So, one of my favorite people in the whole wide world that's in this comic book game. Okay. Her name is Jennifer. She goes by Comics Will Break Your Heart. And unfortunately, she was just diagnosed with cancer. And, our health system is trash. So she needs help. And she's out of work, the whole 9 yards. So she needs to go to goodness. She needs to go to her sessions and everything. She's just got a big fight ahead of her and she needs all the help that she can get. There is a GoFundMe. I put it in the link. I mean, in the description. It's on our page, it's on her page. Even if you guys can't give money, please try to spread the word. Okay? She means a lot to a lot of us. And cancer, she's too young to go through all this, like anybody that's dealt with this, so I don't want to start crying because I already feel it. And I know people like hesitate to help because they don't know if GoFundMe's are real or like where's really your money going, but this shit unfortunately is legit. So just believe me when I say, like, I wish it wasn't, but it's the reality of it. So yeah, if you have time, give, whether it's $5, $10, that helps out. If not, just if you could just spread the word, and your girl would appreciate it. So yeah. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, let's get back to the fun stuff. And Jen, you want to say anything on that?
Huh?
You want to say anything on that?
No, I think you took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, look at her. She's so cute. So, yeah. All right, Ninja, let's start this show.
Okay.
So just before then, so the book that we're breaking down is I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. We did one before then, right, Ninja?
Yes.
Okay. And then hold on. I know you're trying to put your slides up, but
No.
okay. So this is our book. And we were saying in the first one how I Want to Eat Your Pancreas is like a wonky ass title, right? And in manga there is a whole bunch of like wonky titles out there, and we were discussing some of them. And then I got some feedback from the community on some of the ones that they like. So here are some of them.
Oh, that's mine in the middle at the bottom.
Yes. The butt warrior.
And to take that comment off for me, please, so everybody can see the rest of them. Oh my goodness. So this is what prompt, the one that's in the middle. What is it called, Inja?
I can't remember. Was it like Booty Cheeks Killer? Booty Cheeks Samurai Girl?
Was it at all? That's the one that Inja had said. She was some type of warrior or something like that. And
I don't even know what to Google.
I wouldn't even know I don't even know where the hell you found that at, girl. But so these were some of the ones that I got back from the community. I think the one in the corner says the world's finest assassin is reincarnated to another world as a aristocrat. I love those ones that are hella long that tell you basically everything that's going down. I absolutely love those ones.
Any isekai ever.
Yes.
That part.
Reincarnated. Any of the reincarnations.
And then Anika's Greg came up with this one. Reborn as a vending machine. I now wander the dungeon. What the?
I actually watched the first episode of that anime.
Did you?
Yeah.
How was
it? Was odd, but I would watch episode 2.
Dead ass. Yes. Hey. Come on. We just got started. You came in at the right time for the weirdest stuff. Okay. And the one that she's like kind of bent over, that one is called Are You Willing to Fall in Love with a Pervert as Long as She's a Cutie? I'm like, fucking dead. And I guess there's an anime for that one too, and the book. So
that's hilarious.
And then the fourth one right there where she has that weapon, it's called Bludgeon Angel or something. Yeah. So I thought those were great. And thank you guys for the feedback. Did you guys think of any other ones? Did you hear anything else besides the ones I just had? No?
No, I think those were good.
Yeah, those were really good. So we appreciate it. Oh my goodness. I thought that was slicing that.
No, she stopped him with her buns.
Right. Come on now. Look at her. I'm dead.
Oh, I forgot. I was looking up weird manga titles.
You wanted to be called that from now on. Whatever the name of that anime is. I mean, that manga is. What did you say, Brandy?
Have you read that Cherry Magic? That's a weird title.
Cherry Magic?
Cherry Magic, 30 Years of Virginity Can Make You a Wizard.
I need to read that.
I've heard it's actually really cute.
I'm dead.
It's a BL.
Have a segment on fucking reading books that have these wonky ass things, these titles. Do it, okay? So we could just figure out what's going on with all of these.
We need to.
So watch episode 1 and 2 of the one that Brandy was just talking about.
I know. I really want to check out that vending machine one.
The vending machine. I'm dead. How does it walk around?
No, it carries him. The
Like,
blonde girl picks him up and carries him around.
That's hilarious.
I'm dead.
I mean, but honestly, you need a vending machine in a dungeon when you're doing raids.
But who has money? What? Like how? I have so many questions. Just watch it. So, yeah. Okay. We'll get back to that. So, all right. So, should we give them a rundown of where we are, or should we just go dive right into it?
Let's just dive right in.
Okay. So we are on what? Chapter 4 of I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. If you guys want the full review, you guys can watch the first one and then come and watch this.
Because you shouldn't have missed it in the first place.
Oh, that part. Oh, it. Oh, speaking of Moted, my husband's probably going to watch this too. So, hi, honey. That's his. So, I mean, sometimes people don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but that's the story of my life. But I guess. Okay. All right.
It's you, babe.
What?
It's you. You have to get the booty cheeks girl off.
Oh, my bad. Hold on. Whoa. I'm silly. Hold on. Get off.
Okay, there we go.
You got it?
Got it.
Come up? Okay.
Okay. So a small how did we do it where we can put you all back on the screen?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Press buttons. I'm not allowed to press buttons.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so a small recap, not really a recap. We're on chapter 4 called Truth or Dare. We left off where they went on a trip out of town, just the two of them. There was a mishap with the hotel room, so now they're sleeping in the same room. Dun dun dun. Like every slice of life.
Right.
Anime
And
ever.
there was only one bed.
Right? Even though
Only
every hotel I went to, you got 2 queen beds, but okay.
So here comes the fun. So she got a bunch of snacks and stuff for them. She got some alcohol. And he's like, more booze, we're in high school. And she's like, I like alcohol. I'm not just trying to look cool. Which I feel like that would be like the phrase any high schooler would use. I like it. I'm not trying to be cool, but they're really trying to be cool and they don't actually like it.
It's only like alcohol. We just drink it too.
Right? So I just want to ask, how old were you all when you first drank? If you drank.
Oh,
It's probably like 14, 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like
What
12.
Jen or Brandy? Brandy, you said that 14, 15?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. Jen, you too?
No, I started younger. I was like 12.
12? What did you drink for the first time?
Wine.
Wine.
Wine, classy.
Yeah.
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 I'm thinking it's a Mag Dog 2020 or something. You over here drinking wine. I'm dead.
Yeah. That's why now to this day I can't drink wine. I can't even stand the smell of it now.
Really?
Oh,
To go hard on it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. I did. And that was like those wine bottles, like the ones that they have in the liquor store where it's like really thick at the bottom. And then
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm crying. Now when I see them, I'm just gonna point out I'm gonna start laughing and shit.
Yep. That was me.
Oh, no. I'm
Mom
sorry.
doesn't,
I
but
hate that you're not able to experience the glory of wine now.
because who wasn't drinking what you call it through the pandemic? What was the one that they were always out of because everybody was just drinking it?
Claw?
Stella, was it
the
I don't
claw.
know.
the claw? Oh yeah,
I know
that's
Claw was popular for a while.
mm-hmm.
I cannot do those seltzer waters.
Ugh. Yeah.
No, thank you. One of the first times I had because when I was in junior high, we had homies that had older, siblings and stuff. And I remember this one time, what was it? I think it was Crooked Eye at that time, and I drank a whole one, and I was so sick. I was so sick in the park, and I remember I was just like, "Oh my God, how am I gonna get home?" Even though the park was like right up the street from the house, but you being under the influence,
You
at
probably didn't feel that way.
Mom, I hope my mom's not watching this or she can hear me. She's like, even though I'm in my 40s, talking about, I hope my mom doesn't hear me. I'm tired.
What's Crooked Eye?
It was like okay, I forgot that I'm like hella old here. It was like almost tea, like Long Island iced tea type thing.
Ooh.
It doesn't exist anymore. Like St. Ives, Crooked Eye, I think that's what it was called. Jen, you remember that? No, you're young.
Me?
No. Oh.
No.
No? Okay. I'm showing my age right now.
But I'm gonna look it up.
But yes, it was like you could get it like in the tall can, and it was kind of like almost like Long Island iced tea, like in that realm, I guess you could say, like in that, I don't know, that category. I don't know. I'll put it there somewhere so you guys can see. But I remember drinking that. I remember the first time in front of my
like a ship, right?
What did you do?
It's not like a ship logo, right?
A ship logo? Is it?
Yeah. No, right? Am I looking at the wrong thing?
No, maybe it is. I gotta look it up. Anja, put it up on the screen. Anja's like, I don't know. She's like, I can barely put the lights up.
What am I putting on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
I think it's called St. Ives Crooked Eye or something like that back in the days.
Hold
And
on, I got you.
I smoked a cigarette trying to look cool in front of my husband, which was my boyfriend. No, we weren't even together. I was just at a party and he had to be there. And I was trying to look cool and I ended up getting sick. Thank God, because cigarettes are not my thing. So,
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, let's see how I do this bad boy. What the what? Oh, hold on. Sorry.
yeah, you're fine.
Got it. Okay. Share screen?
Share screen? I don't know.
Oh. Share. Is it working?
Yep.
Is it?
that-
Hold
is
on.
that
Mine's is like seconds behind. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm trash.
is that the crooked eye?
Looks like it. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no wonder you got sick. Rum. Ugh.
Uh-huh. Huh.
Yeah. So yeah. You're all
Me
like, no,
doing a share screen.
like I'm dead. So yeah, that's our story. So I don't know. Enja, how old were you?
Mine was on accident. My dad
Sure.
had like a cooler or something, you know,
Uh-huh.
and it was open in the fridge, and I was real thirsty, and it looked like a soft drink, like
Think
the
it was
strawberry
great.
soft, but I knew it was like, you know, an adult drink,
Uh-huh.
so I guess it wasn't an accident, but it was. I was just thirsty, and then I got caught
Oh boy.
because I drank too much of it, taking too many sips.
Oh my too many I'm thinking you're guzzling it because you're thirsty. You over here.
You're like, it was an accident. Drinks the whole can. Whoops.
What's an accident? The fourth sip, the fifth sip, and just anyway, keep going, Andrew. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that was the end of my story. That's how it ended.
All right, keep going with your slides, my love. You know, so she.
Oh, the slides. My bad. I thought you meant the story. I was like, there's nothing else for me to tell, Sheena.
Like, didn't I just say I was done? Like,
okay, so back to Truth or Dare. So she just so happens to bring some cards, and she wants to do Truth or Dare, and they've been drinking, so she's excited about that. And she explains the rules of the game to him. So they've got to, like, she'll pick a card and he has to guess it, and vice versa, I think is how they play. And then, like, if he gets it, if he guesses right, then he can pick Truth or Dare. If he's wrong, then she gets to do it. So she said she's going to start by asking him truth, and she hits him with a heavy question first. So the question is,
girl.
yeah, who's the cutest person in class?
I love this part.
I do too.
Look at her face.
He's like, where the heck did that come from? And she was like, well, that's how you play. If you don't want to answer, then you can always do Dare. And she was like, if you do Dare, then I'll order you to do something and you have to try and do it. And you absolutely have to decide on one or the other.
Mm-hmm. Girl, set up. That poor baby. He was like, I'm trying to be a gentleman. Like, he just previously, like, it really hit him that she's really sick. He just saw her bag. Like, his mind is somewhere totally different from what she's doing, you know, like that poor boy.
Then he's just so straight up brutally honest with this
I know,
question.
I love it. Yeah. Everything's very black and white with him. There's no like middle.
He's like, yeah, it's not you. It's somebody else.
I'm dead.
So then he's like, what kind of evil game is this? And she's like, you're not going to quit in the middle, right? And so, Oh, and then she's like, "Oh, and no perverted stuff allowed, okay?"
As she's smiling like that.
Yeah. And so he's like, "I don't judge people by their looks," which I feel like is such a generic response that someone gives someone right before they answer a question. It's always
Right.
like, "I don't judge people by their looks," but okay. So then she repeats the question, and she's like, "If you decide to choose Dare, I'm not going to go easy on you, just so you know." So he picks, what does it say her name is? Hina? I think her name is. As the cutest person, which, you can't see it because the little slide things but it's this girl right here with the long dark hair at the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
and she's a little
Yeah,
bust here.
She's good at
Yeah.
math. That's what he likes.
What?
She's good at math, apparently.
Yeah. Which is, I feel like that's such a him response too, and like such a him thing to like hone in on. That's probably why he's so attracted to her. So
She's good at.
huh? Sorry.
Yeah, it was just co-signing what you guys were saying. I'm dead. Okay, keep going.
So then she's like, "Well, if she's the cutest in her class, then where do I rank in looks?" And he's like, "I can only go by faces. I can actually remember, but third."
Damn.
I know.
He is not getting what you wanted out of this at all.
I know it.
he has no fucks about her feelings. I was dead.
But it seems like, and then she's like all like giggly and stuff, like acting all embarrassed. She's so ridiculous. And then she's like, I didn't really think you'd be honest, close coon. That makes it even more embarrassing."
Yeah, look at her. And then he's just like, whatever, girl.
And then she's like, "Let's take it slow. We've got the whole night ahead of us." So then it's his turn. And so he starts like winning, back to back. And so his questions are like, his first one to her is, "What kind of kid were you?" And she's like mad because
Right.
she's wanting him to ask like these pervy questions and like, like what's your bra size or
Mhm.
have you ever been with a guy, like, stuff like that, I'm sure. And he's like wanting to know like what type of person she was growing up, or just like stuff that would be kind of boring, I guess. But I love to how he's like silenceful, how he just
Having none of it.
shut up and answer my question.
Oh my goodness. That's hilarious.
Is there anything that you all wanted to talk about with that part right there, with the starting of them playing Truth or Dare? And
Jen, did this have you giggling?
Hmm?
Did this have you giggling? Like, look at this girl. She is a mess. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
No, girl, you're fun.
Yeah, and he's just unfazed.
I love it though, because he's not your typical like adolescent boy. Like, most
No.
boys would be like just like nuts and like super excited and having all this dirty stuff on their mind and like what can they get away with, and he's just like, "What were you like as a kid?" How tall were you? Did you have any pets?
Me?
What's your favorite color, girl?
Yeah.
What's on your mind, girl? No, yeah.
I love it. So then she's like, "Is this some kind of job interview?" Because he's just asking her just.
Look at her face. She's so all over the place.
I love it. And so then she finally wins again after he had been winning. And she's so excited, but then she like falls over because she's had too much to drink.
Uh-huh.
And so like her next one to him is pretty much like, I think the dare was for him to carry her to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And so he doesn't even choose. He's just like, "Come on."
You got him right there on the side. He's like, girl.
Yeah, if I have to. And she doesn't even think that he would actually do it. She's like so shocked about it.
Right.
So
Read
then
what
they continue the game in the bedroom.
loving
And
the fact that he surprised her. It is so out of her character. Yeah, okay. I was just making sure. You took the time to read that. I wanted you to talk about it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I appreciate you slides. So yeah.
So they finish the game in the bedroom of Truth and Dare. They're on round 10. And so her last question, he ends up picking Truth. And her last question is, what if I said I was really, really scared of dying? What would you do? So then he's like, after that, he's like, no, dare. Like he doesn't want to answer that question.
Right.
Or it's like him having to come to terms with that. And dealing with her like uncomfortable emotions about dying.
Like even when he seems bothered by like the silliness and her highs, you know what I'm saying? Like her just being her. Like he seems like he can handle that better than the times that she's like really, really real. Like in like moments like this when she really is like not necessarily dark, but like really bringing back what's going on to the forefront, you know? So,
yeah.
Lady?
I feel like that's anybody, though. Like,
huh?
I feel like that would be anybody, though. Because what could you say to somebody if they asked that to you? Like,
right.
Yeah.
I would have no idea where to even start with something like that.
Right.
There's really nothing you can do for that person. You know she's going to die. Like, there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Yeah.
It's like, as an adolescent boy, obviously, you know, they don't have a whole lot of emotional intelligence to begin with, let alone this kid who has no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Right.
But, yeah, I can't imagine that either.
Yeah. I just love the fact, too, that he's just like, because it's just his character, that he's just like, I meant dare. She like hits him with this hard truth and hard question. He's like,
now he really to be real. He's like, oh, girl, like
I feel like most people wouldn't have, you know, just straight out been like dare. Like, you know, like they maybe would have been quiet or looked a little sad or I don't know, hugged them or, you know, try to give some sort of comfort maybe in the best way that they knew how, but he was just like
our guy. Jen, do you have anything?
No.
No, you good? Okay. Just talk over us. We discussed this, okay? Say, hey,
yes.
It's fine right now, okay? But, yeah.
So then the next day they wake up in bed. Her friend's calling her. She's pissed because she's lied to her mom.
Yeah, she's lied to her. She didn't even tell her that she used her as the cover.
Yeah, saying that she was staying over at her best friend's house.
Another city, right? Didn't she like leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a day trip that turned into not a day trip.
Yeah. So then she
ended up sleeping in the same bed. She ended up like saying, "Oh, my last day" or something, and they ended up sleeping in the same bed. Because kind of like sleep on the couch or something. But she told him, "No, you're gonna sleep in the bed. No ifs, ands, or buts about it." And he just felt like that was even a big step. Just lay next to each other like that, even though nothing happened, you know.
Yeah.
Then here's the morning after of all that. Oh my God, she's so mad.
So she, you know, tells her friend pretty much, I think, like that she can't explain it right now, but like, you know, just to accept it for her, like it was something that she needed to do. And her friend's like, okay. But she gets her conditions, like she's got to come home safe. She has to bring her a souvenir. And this summer she's got to go on a trip with her.
Valid, girl. I'm sitting here covering for you, you know, like, and then you giving me no details, so you're gonna come out of pocket and you come out of pocket and you're going to do these things. Cool.
Yeah, and so he gets a new name from the friend now, which is a classmate with a strange relationship with my close friend.
That's too much. That's
Yeah.
like a high level title.
I think we established, like we said, that is this something that they're calling him, or is this something that he's thinking that they're calling him?
Right. Yeah. So this, I feel like, well, maybe not at this point, but I think the next chapter, it'll really make you question that even more, or the next couple of chapters, because
Right.
the way the name changes are, it kind of makes you think that could be how it can go either way.
Right.
Kind of like
Yeah.
how it is now, but
Yeah,
yeah.
especially if she ain't even feeling him. So I feel like we do that a lot too. Like we don't even try to use their real name. Like
Yeah.
when we're not feeling somebody, or like, especially when it comes to our friend, like, so maybe in this moment he really is referring to him as something close to that. So I don't know, that's
and that may be how she perceives him on the inside. Got a weird relationship with her friend. So what,
Sure.
like, Jen and Brandy, what do you all think? Which one do you think it is? Do you think that that's his perception, or do you think it's their perception?
I'm leaning more towards it's their perception. I feel like he's not emotionally intelligent enough to pick up on things. So I feel like that's what they're thinking, and it's conveying to the reader how they're feeling about him.
Randy, I almost spit out my water right now. I almost choked on my own water. Okay.
That's how I feel about him. He is not emotionally intelligent, Coon. Okay.
Hence why nobody ever refers to him as that.
Socially awkward, Coon. I don't know.
What do you think, Jen?
I don't know. I'm a little torn. I feel like I think that's how he views himself, or that's what he thinks that they're calling him. But I don't know. Now I'm leaning the other way too.
Do you think it could be both?
Sure.
I think so.
Or
maybe.
Do you think that it could be different with each person? Like, do you think that, like, say with Sakura, it could be how he sees her, but then, like, with her friend, it could be how the friend sees him, and then, like, who we meet later on, it could be how, like, do you think it's
I think it might change with like with a different person.
Mm-hmm. Especially because nobody really knows him.
Exactly.
So the little trans like the little interactions that they do have with him. So it's easy to call him these things when nobody really knows who he is. You see what I'm saying? Like, look how many that we've come up with him for the time that we've known him. Brandy's like but just imagine, like, this is really going on, and your friend is like being hella secretive about it. She's not coming forth with anything. She's got people wondering and stuff like that. So I can see where Jen's saying a little bit of both, so Wait, did you see this comment over here? Wait, hold on. This one right here.
Yeah, I saw it.
And they came in after we had already established that you were kidding. She's kind of like kidding right now, you guys. Else just came in. Hello. So yeah. Okay. Moving right along.
This one is let's see. Oh, so they go out into the town and they see this. It's like a circus act or something, right? And she's like, maybe I should try it. I'm going to die soon. And his response is, if you have a year left, it's probably enough to get pretty good. I love his responses to her. Well, if you've got a year left to live, then
yeah, you're pretty good at it. Like she got
She's about it too. Look at her.
Yeah, I love it. And so, Yeah, I like it too. Like he's like, "What's with that smile?" But she's like, "He really, he really does believe in me. He cares. He
believes in me. Like she takes it a totally different way. He's just like, okay, girl, like
he's
sure.
planning this for me." Then she, is like asking him about their time together, and he lets her know that he's actually had fun, which I think is like so big for him. That he's like allowing himself to get wrapped up in these experiences that she's kind of forced on him. And before he was so apprehensive when it came to like doing anything with her or like being in the moment and enjoying himself. It was more like, oh, why won't she leave me alone? But like now he's like embracing it, I feel like, little by little.
Right.
So I thought it was like major for him to actually admit that it was a fun trip for him. That
even though all the stuff that happened in between, the room mix up and like the realization of stuff and like
I swear I feel like she planned that.
when she turned around, oh shit, like yeah, but oh my goodness, yeah, but
Yeah.
she be putting him in these crazy ass you know moments, and then he acts like he's not, because he can easily say, look girl, knock it off, I don't want to hang out with you.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
But he has nothing better to do.
Yeah. So anything else, ladies? Because that's the end of that chapter, right, Bill?
Yeah, we've got this one.
Okay.
So this one I wrote that I felt like it was a major turning point for him because he's changed a lot through the story, but this was a big highlight for his character development because it said that he was waiting for her to contact him. So for somebody who doesn't even like people, doesn't care about what other people are doing, what they think,
huge.
doesn't care enough to get to know them or to let them into his life either. Like for him to even be thinking about her and wondering if she's going to message him or call him or if he'll hear from her after their trip together is like huge for him. I feel like. I don't know. What do you all think?
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I found this person, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's true. Like, there's a lot of people I'm like, meh. But when my person talks to me, I can't wait to hear from them again.
Mm-hmm. Even like he don't want to really admit it to himself, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I feel like he's finally starting to become one of those teenagers who like I bet he never like looked at his phone before, like waiting for a call from anybody, like I bet he probably never carried it around, made sure he had it on him.
Oh, sorry, I'm so sorry, baby. It's Alex.
Hi. But I feel like he's starting to come into some of those things that people his age or have already been experiencing for quite a while. So that makes me excited for him.
Yeah, and he even saved her number too. It wasn't like he could have just easily been like, "Oh, girl, like when you just call, it is what it is." But dead. And I'm trying not to look at you, Joe, because you said that you were talking, and I just wanted to bust the fuck up laughing.
She's having this serious conversation with just this much of her face.
Oh
we get less now.
But you know what? It's character development for Inja too, because there was a point in time that Inja would not get on screen. She would not get on screen. She would like feel like she was going to throw up and everything. Like, this is big. But now look at her. She's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to come on.
I'm going full Alan Kenny.
She's like, oh, fuck it. This is what they're gonna get, and I love it. I'm here for it. I'm glad to see your character development, Ninja. So your treat.
So, aw, thank you. Hope you're having a good day too.
Miss you, Alex.
Oh, Alex.
Brandy to get back with it, so I can fangirl over all of you off screen.
I'm with you, Ninja. Okay. Oh,
Okay.
this chapter.
Chapter 5.
Yeah.
Things one shouldn't do.
Yep. Here we go.
This is a controversial chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Questions for y'all. So, he goes to school, opens his locker, his shoes are missing. Who could it be?
Switch out their shoes, right? At school?
Yeah.
Like their
So
school shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, they changed their shoes out. So, the one that's behind him is best friend of Sakura.
Uh-huh.
So,
What's her name? I don't know.
Girl, I can't remember. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't remember.
yeah. Look at her giving the death stare. I've been her. Okay, I understand her so much. I'm like, ugh, girl, get him. Okay.
So you don't really know if it's her because you know like how her feelings are towards him, and she just pretty much like shoves past him, like get out of my way. You probably did something shady with my friend because all boys are alike. I feel like that's what she thinks about him.
Yeah.
Like you just came across as you were someone who didn't care about other people. And,
oh wait, what were you? I'm sorry.
Huh?
What did you say?
Oh, nothing. I was just rambling.
No, I'm quiet. Say it again.
I said I feel like I can't remember.
She's just running through them and then thinking,
like get out of my way. You probably did something dirty with my friend or had impure thoughts because all boys are alike.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's her mindset when it comes to him. And I think she's jealous too because, you know, her best friend has found somebody else to spend. Okay, so then he's trying to, you know, like figure out, you know, what's happened with the shoes. And he's like, guess I've gotten used to this too, which is so sad. It's so sad that anybody has had something like that happen to them enough times, or even at all, but enough times to, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So then we have a new friend, which we met before, and he refers to him as classmate everyone's talking about, Coon. Yes, impure thoughts.
The best kind.
Yes. And he's the kid who always offers people gum. So he comes up and asks if classmate, what does he call him that everyone's talking about, if he's thrown his own slippers away, and he's like, huh? And so the gum guy's like, I saw them in the trash in the bathroom. They still look fine, so why toss them? And so I like how like he says that he's lost them instead of being honest about it, that somebody's went in his locker and, you know, is bullying him. So then he asked about if he went somewhere with Sakura and lets him know that everyone's thinking about him again.
I like how he always offers him something to like soften the to start it off, and then he like hits him with the questions like, oh yeah, by the way, as you're opening that gum, hey, what were you doing? You know, like
he's like a natural born gossip.
He's like Pavlov dog training this boy. He's like, here's some gum.
Yeah.
Okay, now do the trick. Tell me.
Yes, I love that.
Pretty. I'm dead.
So then he's like wanting to know if they're going out. And then he's like, well, let me know if anything interesting happened. Or because he tells them that he saw them the other day at the station.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I just put suspect on there because I'm like, well, that could be suspect number 2. You have the best friend, and then you have this guy who is like super friendly towards him out of nowhere, just because he'd been hanging out with Sakura. But he has ulterior motives. But then, like, I love this too because our close coon, he talks about how he thinks that guy's a decent person. So he's forming his own opinions about people now. And
when he wouldn't have even given them the time of day before.
Yeah.
You know,
he's not letting like bad experiences and the fact that he's been bullied from time to time, I guess, dictate how he feels about other people. Like, he's not automatically assuming that this guy, like, he's not displaying some negative thoughts about him or thinking that, he's out to get him. Like, he refers to him as a decent person.
Yeah.
So,
yes, that's a good insight. I love the way Inja thinks. I love her little insights. I feel like the gossip session. I love that.
So, what did you all think? Is there anything you all wanted to say about this part?
What do you think it was? I put his stuff in the trash. The trash, really? You couldn't just like leave him in the hallway or something, tie him up and like string him in the bathroom or something, but you just threw this boy's shoes away. Like,
These
come on.
kids really have nothing better to do. Like, they are so all in these other people's business. For what?
I know.
Why?
I know. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I agree. I think this kid is a kid.
They're in high school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like high school problems right there.
Right. Yeah. Bro, I passed by. I just got my hair done and I was leaving and the kids got out of school and I saw these two arguing. I thought I was gonna have to jump out the car. So I thought they were gonna start fighting each other. So but these two girls are like all up in each other's faces, screaming at each other. I'm like, girl, what do you have to fight about? What do you have, like, what kind of problems do y'all have? Like, for real, like, this is real high, like, and I think they were in junior high, and I'm just like, what are you all fighting over here about? And it better not be no big-headed other person, like, that you guys both like, But
I know.
But yeah, at that time, but that just shows, like, what am I trying to say? What matters to them? Like, that's the moment in life that they're living, that things like this are big to them, like, oh, who is she seeing and who is this? And like, should we treat them, like little things like that really matters to them. But then when you're in a different stage in your life and you're looking back and you're like, what? Like,
instead of just like respecting the friendship that she's making and,
Yeah, I hear you. That part, Jen. Okay. Go ahead, and
Okay, so then we have the creeper. I hate this guy. I absolutely hate him. So he comes in to pretty much stalk Sakura, but we don't know that yet.
Right.
But anyway, he ends up asking about her, and Close Coon's like, I don't know. I mean, maybe she's getting late. She may still be in class. And so that guy's like, oh, I see. Thanks. And he pretty much just uses the book as an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
To even be there. Creeper. So then Sakura ends up coming in, and
finally, isn't she an A girl? Look how she's running in there. She's so wild.
She ends up coming in and she devises a plan to get him to come over through books because he's obsessed with books and with reading. And so she says that she has this book for him to read. or to recommend, and wants him to come over to come and grab it. And she tells him it's called The Little Prince. And I don't even think she really knows anything about it.
Any excuse.
Yeah. Because he like, there's like something she says and he calls her out on it.
She's like, I don't really know, just come over. Like,
yeah, I mean, she says that she's loved it since she was little. It was a book her dad gave her. But then, I don't know if I put it on here or not. What is it that he says? The fact that you think that The Little Prince isn't incredibly well known tells me just how little interest you have in books. Because she doesn't think that he knows much about it, like that it's like this hidden gem or something. I love how he's just constantly just
right.
Just raining on her parade.
Always. But she's never fazed by it. So initially he's like, he doesn't want to come over, and he's like, can you just bring it to school? he's like thinking in his head, it's out of my way, like it's going in the opposite direction from my home. So that's like his main reason for not wanting to go, but she ends up talking him into it. And I think it's because there's not many copies of it. So he ends up going for it. And so they end up going to her house, and she shows him her room. And I love his thought right here that he's like, what a giant room. Everything about it is huge, but it kind of feels like the size of her parents' grief, I think is what it says. I can't tell because that little rectangle's covering it up. But I feel like that's so true. Like, her parents were probably overcompensating for
her, yeah,
what their daughter's having to go through. They probably don't know how to handle their own emotions and what they're feeling and losing their daughter. I'm sure they want to grant her the most in the little amount of time she has left to live. But I love how, like, for somebody who doesn't care much about people and isn't privy to others' emotions, he sure does pick up on a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that you wouldn't think that he would pick up on. And it's showing his growth too, I feel like, because he's doing it more and more.
Yeah, becoming aware of her and stuff like that. Yeah, I love it.
So they end up playing board games. She's wanted to do Truth or Dare again. They play some video games that a friend ended up leaving when they had came to visit her previously. And she starts to ask him. So she asks him if he wants a girlfriend, and he's like, not really, and I doubt anyone would want to date me because he doesn't even have any friends. And so here she is again, prying into his personal life and asking him these personal questions, which he's used to her doing, and she's used to just barging in and doing that. But things start to get a little more intense. So after we read this part, I want all of us to go around, and I want to hear your all's thoughts on this. And I want to hear your take on if you think anyone was in the wrong, or who you would side with in the situation, if anybody. So she pretty much comes on to him, and she's like, you remember how she said that she wanted to do something special with someone before she died, and that's why she asked if he wanted to be her boyfriend, so that she could do some of those things and have those experiences. And she's like, that's why I asked you to come over. I'm glad you don't want that, because that means that I don't have to worry. And she starts to tell him what it is that she's wanting to do. So she is very much in his space. She pretty much put him in this awkward position. And then she's like, it's something that I shouldn't do with the boy I'm not in a relationship with, who I don't have feelings for. So that's what she claims is her goal, like to be able to do something with someone that she's not emotionally tied to.
Right.
And so she's like, tells him that this is just a hug. It's all something she shouldn't do. She shouldn't have found out that, I shouldn't have found out that she's back. I shouldn't have come to her. So then she's like, I can do this with you. And then we don't even know like what his name is at this point. And so right here, I don't know. This one I feel like is a question as to whether this is something she's perceiving or something he's perceiving.
Right.
Because I feel like at this moment, either he's blanked out as to what's going on, or she's confused about how she should refer to him now.
I mean, I think it goes both ways. I don't think either of them at this moment know what they are to each other.
Okay.
Like, she doesn't know what she wants with him. He doesn't know even what's going on.
Yeah.
So it's this very, like, gray space of what are they?
So then with the name thing, do you think that it's going both ways in this case?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so then she like stops and she's like making this big joke about it, is laughing in his face. She's like, it's just a joke. I'm so embarrassed. It's just a joke, same as always. And so he completely like laughs out.
Yeah.
And so she's like, for it to be like a good joke, I had to make things seem pretty real. I had to try really hard. I had to work up my courage to do it, hugging you like that and all. And he's like, what are you saying? Like, how far are you willing to go? And she's like, I'm glad I asked if you liked me first. Otherwise, it'd seem so serious. That wouldn't have worked with anyone else. It was so exciting. And so then he just like pushes her down on the bed and he's over top of her and she's like, hey, what are you doing? What's going on?
Right.
And she's referring to him as Close Coon again. So then we get to this part where he's looking over top of her. He gets up and he says sorry. She refers to him as horrible classmate Coon now.
Right.
And he's like, I'm sorry, I'm leaving. And then he's like, taking my anger out on someone could hurt them so much, or that it would hurt me so much. So on that part, we'll start with Brandy, and we'll go Brandy, Jen, Sheena, and do it that way. What are your thoughts, and what do you think about?
So, I mean, to start with her, like, this is obviously her, to me, this is how I feel, this is her, again, with that fear of, like, I'm never going to get to experience things like I want to. This is the only chance I have to do the things that I think I want. This is what she thinks she wants to do. She's not even sure herself, it seems like. And then when it's not going the way she thinks it should, she laughs it off as a joke, like she does with everything else, with that fear of basically of not being able to experience a full life and knowing that she's not going to be able to experience these things. So for her, it's all a coping mechanism. With him, I feel like he doesn't know, what's going on, and he's thinking that they're getting closer. She's saying these things to him that, do you want to be my boyfriend? I want to get closer to you. And then she says, oh, just kidding. It was all a joke. I never meant any of it. And that's hurtful for somebody who you think is your friend and you might be getting close to and might be developing feelings for. And all of a sudden she says, I'm just kidding. It's a joke. Was he right to do what he did? No. But again, they're teenagers, and teenagers kind of can fly off the handle a lot
Yeah.
easier. So, I mean, both of them were wrong for what they did in this whole situation. But that's kids. You know, you don't know how to handle strong, big emotions like this.
Hmm?
Good,
Arjun,
good. Loved
yeah,
it.
loved it. Loved it.
Yeah, this whole it's a little hard to read and to look at because you kind of see it through her perspective and how she's probably thinking that this is something that again she might not get to experience. So it's kind of, I don't know, maybe a little confusing for her just because she wants to experience this, but then she doesn't know how to put it out there. And then for him, it's just kind of I don't even know, like to kind of put yourself in that situation. And then the way that he reacted was really cold.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was definitely a lot to take in, you know. And it's just sad to see her like cry because of like, you know, his reaction and him, you know, him leaving.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. Shit.
it's rough.
Yes. I love that response too. Machina?
Just going about just piggyback right off whatever everybody else said. Even though, what was I gonna say? Even though like she acts like at times she's older and she's, you know, been through things and seen things, like in this moment you really get to see how innocent she is and how like some of these things that she's dealing with are way bigger than her, you know,
Mm-hmm.
even though um what was I going to say about him? Like this is a lot for him. This is a lot for him, and yes, he handled it poorly, but he was embarrassed. He puts himself out there, even though like at times it seems like he doesn't put himself out there. He puts himself out there for her, and then she totally embarrasses him as far as
Mm-hmm.
like makes him like dumbs down his feelings or like, you know, like he wasn't shit or like not even that. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to say no whenever you want. But it was just the way that she was like, holy shit, like this is real. Like this is real. And oh, let me just laugh it off. But at the same time, like she hurt him as much as he hurt her, you
Yeah.
know, and he wanted to hurt her back as much as she hurt his feelings. Not even to have sex, it was just like the embarrassment and like to play it off like he wasn't shit, you know, like and down their stuff when all she's been doing is trying to like get him around. And now like he's just probably thinking like, well, what is going on, dude? Like what is going on? What is all this for, you know? And then so but the way he handled it, just like Brandy said, they're not mature enough to like deal with these things. Like grown-ups can barely deal with things like this. Something of
Yes.
this magnitude, you know, like having something casual or but at the same time, this girl I could have just imagine somebody telling you, okay, you only have 6 months to do this. I feel like in just a day, I feel like I'm like, okay, should I do this? Should I do this? Should I do this? Should I do this? Oh, I should do this. I should do this. Oh no, you know, should I sleep? Should I do this? Like, so I can imagine when you really have a time clock in front of you, how you're really feeling, you know,
Yeah.
and what you feel like you should be doing, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a hard when I first read this, the very first time you read this, I was like, damn, like this is all around fucked up.
Yeah.
All around fucked up. That this moment, this lighthearted moment, and it just totally not really backfired on her. You know, she did have some type of plans, but you know, she's not mature enough to deal with a lot of those, you know, these
Mm-hmm.
big moments, you know. So it really wasn't a mature way. Like, yeah, oh, okay. Like I was just joking and shit, but she could have just been like, you know what, like I'm good, you know, like my bad, you know. So, but not like make him feel shitty about himself or this whole situation at the same time, you know, because you it just got too real for you. So
Yeah.
I don't even know if that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe go ahead.
Great response. I think so. I think I'll piggyback off of all of those because I definitely agree with everything each of you all have said. I also think that she is scared. Like, I think that I think she was testing the waters with him.
Thank you.
Like, I think it was something that, like, part of me thinks that she was actually wanting him to be her boyfriend or admit to that or show, some sort of
Interest.
Yeah, in her. Instead of just being this like, how he's just black and white about everything. He always has this just straight kind of answer. So I think that was her way too of I think it was something that she was interested in, but I think that she was scared of rejection or like his reaction. And so she tries to play it off as like a joke, like she's just kidding. But then there's a part of me that thinks that she feels that since she knows him better than others and so well that she can go far in certain ways. Like she knows how far she can push him or to get a reaction out of him or like what she can say to kind of unravel him a little bit. And I don't think that she's doing that in necessarily a mean, like being mean, but I think that she's wanting him to show that he feels something and something towards her. So I don't know. I think that she did kind of want those experiences. I think that she wants those experiences with him, but I think that she is still scared. And I think that when it comes to, although she doesn't let us in on it as much, when it comes to her disease that she has, I think that it's completely scaring her, even though she shows to be this super strong character and, someone who just has it together, even though she doesn't have that much time to live. And she's also not used to rejection from people. Like everybody loves her. Her parents probably give her whatever she wants or whatever she needs to make up for what's happening with her. Her best friend doesn't ever really go against her. I mean, she'll kind of tell her about herself, but I don't think that they've ever really had moments where they've just flat out fought or whatever, like haven't been friends. So she doesn't know what it's like to be rejected, but with him it's kind of different because he doesn't give in to her wants. And
that part. And he just her like she's I totally see that, and that's a good
he doesn't fawn over her like what she's used to. And so that's scary, but I think that intrigues her too, to want to be closer to him and to see how far she can go with him. And then I think like with her, like with it being a build up and her finally been like, like, ha ha ha, this is a joke. Like you can see that he's like, what the crap? Like I'm finally kind of putting myself out here and allowing myself to open up and to start to feel things. And he's allowed himself to become comfortable with her. And the one person that shouldn't play with his emotions or his feelings has completely done that and is probably acting in the way that he sees that other people have acted towards him in the past to make him close himself off. So I think that he just snapped at that. And I don't blame him for snapping. He didn't snap in the best of ways. He shouldn't have done what he did. And I think that he also is like aggravated because she looks down on him. Like she doesn't see him as a man.
Right.
She just sees him as a friend, but I don't think she jokes about, them doing things or like has like perfect comments and stuff, but she doesn't really truly see him as a man. Like she never questions,
yeah,
you know, like their alone time together and stuff like that, you know? So I think like all of that has just like aggravated and frustrated him. And then he's probably never known what it's been like to get close to somebody and then have that sense of wanting to hurt them, and make them feel hurt in the way that she's hurt his feelings.
right.
So I think this is a big, big moment for both of them because it makes her come to the realization about some things and also him. And it's like, it's really building on his character more, I feel like he's really, really growing because he's starting to feel anger and frustration with someone that he's become close with.
Right.
So that shows that he really cares about her, I feel like.
Well done, ladies. I love it. Love it.
Aw.
We meet the jerk, and he refers to him as unnoticeable classmate coon.
This
So,
dude.
into that one. I really can't stand him.
He runs out. Oh, and it's raining and stuff. And then, why are you by her house, sir? Do you even live here?
He does not.
He does not.
I think you'll have to do the thing, my love.
Oh, okay. Shit. Where is it?
I'm sorry. Not that
No,
one.
is it this one? Right?
No. You'll have to.
Oh, this one.
I lied. I'm crazy. I lied. It's up here. Whoo! So it's the two of them. This one's chapter 6, Our Own Choices. He gets another nickname. Creeper Coon is stalking Sakura. He doesn't even live around that area, but he's wanting to know what Close Coon is doing over there.
Right. None of your business, sir. None of your business.
And then he notices, like he's starting to notice, he's like, something seems really weird about him. And so he pretty much, like, he just goes through his, like, why is she with somebody like you? Why does she like someone like you? And then he's like, he realizes that he's in love with her or something. I think he's just a possessive creep. But, and then so he notices like how jealous he is, that he's taking it out on him, but he hasn't even done anything. He hasn't even come on to this girl. It's been Sakura the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to know like why he's in her area near her house. And so my guy over here, Planet Cool, Calm, and Collected's like, he's really learning. Like, I love it. He's like, if the Sakura you're talking about is the girl in my class with that name, then yes. That's who he was visiting. And then he was like, I don't think constantly hanging around her is accurate because it's usually her hanging around him. And he's like, either way, it's still not whatever you and everyone else thinks it is. And like, the point is that she's spending time with you. Like, he doesn't even care what's really going on. He just doesn't like it. That
you asking the questions, but you ain't listening.
Yeah.
You ain't listening. Like you already have this notion in your head. And then did you forget, homie, like she dumped you. She dumped you. Had nothing to do with y'all. You were already old news before he even came around. Like, why is this any of your business?
Exactly.
It's everybody in this school's business,
I
apparently.
know. That legit kills me.
That probably Phil.
They pretty much have their own show that everybody's just following along with.
Don't they have to like study or something? Like, what about school, girl?
Right? They have exams coming up.
Got it. It's raining and shit. He's over there like walking around her house.
So then he's like, "You're just some depressing, unfriendly guy." And so Close Coon's like, I guess that's true. And he's like, I really want to know, what's going on with her myself, but And so that guy's like, well, what the heck would you call it then? The two of you go out to eat together. You went to her place today and were alone with her. Hell, you took a trip together. First of all, creeper, how would you know all of this?
Everybody's talking about it.
I know, but nobody knew about the trip.
Yeah, they
Except
did.
the friend.
I thought everybody knew.
I thought it was just the friend. Oh, well, unless she told everybody.
She talking.
It's the best friend.
She probably did.
But then, like, how does he know that?
Didn't the gum guy mention it?
That he saw them at the station together?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, I thought he
Oh.
went out to eat. That he saw them eating the other day.
No, I thought you said he saw him at the station.
Okay. Well, I guess that's how then.
Everybody's just talking. Everybody's like in the same class because aren't they all in the same class?
Yeah, but the school president, I don't think is he the class president? Well, I guess the class president is.
Yeah.
My little gossiping, my little gum gossiper is.
He just wants the tea. That's all he wants.
Yeah. And he's like, all of a sudden, you're constantly hanging around her. And then he's like, so he's pretty much like, Close Coon's like, I don't have time for this. And he's like, don't walk away from me. We're not done talking. And so Close Coon's like, okay, enough's enough. I'm about to be salty. And petty. So he's like, okay, look, there is one thing I can tell you. She said, what is it that he says? It may be on the other one. Oh, that she doesn't like pushy people.
Yeah.
And so he's like, there's no point in me continuing this conversation with him. So he turns away to walk off again. And my guy pushes him after he pretty much tells him that Sakura doesn't like pushy people. And then he goes and pushes
literally. I took that literally.
What?
So then he gets hurt. He can't see out of his left eye. It's blurry. And he's like, did he hit me? Like, I guess he's never been hit before. So that was a shocker for him.
Like that before? Like, what the fuck?
Like, hurting people and being hurt by other people, is it all this painful? Yes it is.
Yes, it is.
So then my girl shows up. She's going to decide who she's going to pick. He clearly thinks that she was going to go after him, but
like he's like her knight in shining armor and shit.
Yeah. And he had taken that bookmark or whatever. So he's like been the one that's like been sabotaging him, like with the shoes and all of this other stuff. And he's Close Coon's starting to question whether he should be spending this much time with her.
Right, because look what it's costing them, dude. Like, that's crazy.
And keeping her punched in the eye.
Right.
Yeah. So then she goes straight to Close Coon and she's like, how did you get hurt? My guy's over here like, what? What just happened? And she's like, you'll catch a cold, horrible Close Coon. Hey, you're bleeding. What happened? And then my main man over here, he was like, I don't get it. And she's like, what do you mean someone like that? Like, with him being with someone like that. And she's like, are you talking about horrible classmate Coon? I just want to know if these people can hear what she's saying. Like, does she really refer to him as horrible classmate Coon in front of him and this other guy? And then he's like, he's practically stalking you. No, my man, you're stalking her.
It wasn't like you're taking a walk over here in her neighborhood and shit, dude. You're doing the most, like.
In the rain, bro. It's in the rain.
I know, you don't even live on that side of town.
Dude, you're
stalking her.
I be talking about how I want to stalk her boyfriend, but this is not it. Like, this is an example of what I don't want, okay?
So then my girl's like, you're the worst. I love it. Just those words.
As she should.
Yes. And so I love it. He's like, turns out she can make that face too. Like, he's starting to see her different emotions on display. Not her just been this happy, chipper, carefree girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she pretty much tells Creeper Coon, don't ever mess with her, come around her, or anyone close to her again.
There you go, girl.
So she's like, come back to my house. He gets washed up. He finds out that she's got a brother because he gives her a change of clothes. So he virtually knows nothing about her except that she's dying.
Right.
That's all he knows, pretty much. They've spent all this time together, and he knows nothing about her.
Mm-hmm.
So he experiences what it's like to make up. He didn't even know, like what that was. Yeah, girl.
Oh, poor Alex.
I love it. Wait a minute, hold on. This is some real shit. Like,
She was here for a good time, and now we're sad.
we're in the trust tree or something. What's going on? No.
And I love how he refers to the moment of making up as one of the most embarrassing interactions he's ever had with somebody else. Because that's how I feel when I have to go through the process of making up with somebody. It's so awkward. There's nothing like, I mean, I guess it's not supposed to be fun, but there's nothing fun about it. You pretty much have to lay yourself bare in front of this other person and talk about all the wrong you've done or whatever.
So
Do you all have anything that you want to mention?
I mean, this page, is not great. Of him basically just being like, this is a whole lot of trouble. Maybe you should just not bother with me at this point.
Yeah. What about you, Jen?
I didn't. Is this guy that ends up hitting him? Is that her ex-boyfriend or?
that's her ex that she broke up with.
Yeah.
And then and stuff like that. But he wasn't over her, and he's all in her business.
Yeah.
On the sidelines, don't even realize what's going on. But he's been keeping tabs on her and shit. And he thought that this was the way to get her back and her attention and everything. But
yeah, he's just crazy.
Yeah, he really is. I love how they're so heartfelt and honest with each other though during their makeup session, and are really putting their feelings in what they thought was happening out there, and trying to get one another to understand where the other was coming from.
Yeah.
I think they needed a moment like this.
They did.
They needed this to happen, and not necessarily him getting punched in the face and all that stuff, but even then, she needs to realize the magnitude of what's going on, and what he's putting himself out there to just for her, and some for himself. He doesn't realize that too, but a lot of it's for her. Even though, like you said, he barely even knows her, but he's putting himself in these fucked up positions for her. So she needs to realize that, and how do they move on from this? How do they, so yeah.
Yeah. I think you're 100% correct.
Boy, what a day. All right. He's just supposed to come over and get a book.
I know, right?
The Little Prince.
Talk to the fucking face.
I love. So this, I think, from here on out, will keep popping up. Her journal, Living with Dying, and that's going to be the. What am I trying to say? What word am I trying to use? That's going to be the focus, I guess, going forward.
Okay.
I feel like this is purposely put in here, especially from here on out. And so, you'll see parts of this book highlighted in different ways, or certain words of the book focused on and highlighted on. And I really think that the author was trying to say something
Boom. Ninja. Look at Ninja. Seeing little things like that.
Randomly shows up. So in this sense, they are both, because they're intertwined, they are both having to live with dying.
Right.
Just way. She personally has to live with it, but he's having to live with having a friend that's dying. And
That's fine. And what the fuck, dude? It just blew my mind. We should have a mind blowing button over here somewhere. I don't know. Because I am all the way fucked up right now.
So she pretty much tells him, because he's like,
yeah,
he's trying to take the easy way out, I feel like. Although I don't think he realizes that. He's really just trying to give her life back of being with her friends and not focusing so much on him, because I don't think he still sees himself as a person worthy of having so much attention. But she pretty much tells him that they met each other because of the choices that they made.
Mm-hmm.
There was a reason for them to meet. That all of his decisions and her decisions have brought them to this moment. That it can't even be chalked up to fate. It wasn't just something that happened. It was something that they actively did to bring them to this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think this is a real turning point for them. You know, like this is where, you know, at first it was like, oh, you know, this and that, but like this is some real shit, and like this is a real growth and turning point for their whatever that this is between them. You know, so
yes.
What happens right here, Andrew? What's that?
So I love he's pretty much saying that I'll definitely be nice until you die. It's not funny. I'm sorry I'm laughing.
Girl, he's a savage. Like what? Sir.
I love him. So they go back to school. It's his first day of summer. He checks his locker. His shoes are there. Creeper Coon's given up. Thank God. But notice
for him to say something like that, like he's letting go of stuff. Like that's like maybe his way of like getting back on track of things. Like him saying some outrageous shit like that. That's them trying to get back good. I guess you could say, even though he wild for it, but that's his cue to say, okay, all forgiven or whatever. So okay, so good. My shoes are in there.
I forgot to put the slide in, but she had given him the book, The Little Prince, and he pretty much told her he has a queue of books. Like he reads them in the order that he's received them. So, it's like I know you're dying. It's like I know you're dying, but I'm not going to put your book at the top of the list. You're going to have to wait in queue order until I get to it. But maybe that's his way of being like, you can't die until I read this book. Like,
right.
You have to continue living until I've made it through to the book that you.
Maybe showing that he has faith that she can make it that long. You know, like this. He's not typing her. Not like he's like not letting that what she's like something like that stop him. You know? Like her, just like everybody else, or you know, giving her that. Anyways, I'm sorry.
He's been an optimist, which is something that I don't think he's really done before now. Mm-hmm. So I love it. He's really changing. He has like one of the best character developments I feel like that I've seen in a character. Like he is, I don't know. He really does. Like he has so much growth. And I love it. I love it, especially seeing where he came from. But anyway, so somebody who doesn't notice people, doesn't care about people, doesn't interact with others is noticing that Sakura isn't there in class yet. And then he notices that he hasn't seen her all day. And so this is where chapter 6 ends. the place where they met.
Right.
Well, not really met. They met in school, but you know, the place where their paths crossed in order for them to become who they are to each other now. So
That's the hospital. Yeah.
Okay, now don't tell me nothing else. I haven't read past this part yet.
Okay.
so that is the end.
Yeah. So what was your overall thought of this these chapters?
Tell me, Brandy.
They were heavy. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, for a book about a girl that's dying, obviously. But I feel like I said in the first part, you know, the first few chapters, you kind of forget
Mm-hmm.
the bad stuff that's going on, that she's going to die. And these 3 middle chapters, I feel like, were a much darker, heavier tone than the first few.
Mm-hmm.
So it was rough to get through, but I loved hearing all you guys' thoughts on what was going on. It definitely helped provide a bit more of a deeper meaning to
Mm-hmm.
things that were going on in these last few chapters. So I'm excited to finish this one up. I know I'm gonna cry. I'm preparing myself mentally for this.
Oh God. But no, I'm glad. I love to see it because you know, Inja and I have read it before. I don't know how many times Inja's read it, but I think that's like my third time reading it. But I love to hear your guys' insight on it. Because, you know, everybody could read the same story, but people take different, you know, meanings and stuff, or see something like Inja. I love the way her mind thinks. Like sometimes I'm just a surface bitch, like, you know.
No, you're not.
And then Inja, did you see this in the corner? I'm like, bitch, when? Like, when? So, but no, I just love it. I loved hearing your intake. I love to see your first time reactions, Brandy, to these to this story. You and Jen. Jen,
Yeah.
where'd you go? Jen? Meet me where you at.
Sorry, I had to use the bathroom.
Oh,
I was like, oh my god. I
okay.
have
So,
to
what do you think overall about these chapters?
go. It was a lot of feelings there.
Mm-hmm.
One with the stalker guy.
Girl.
Then them making up. I like where the story's going, but I finished the book,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
La 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 la.
yeah.
We're coming back. Like, this is, yeah. So, Inja, what did you think, babe? We already know this is like Inja's favorite part of the, not favorite part, but she loves to talk about this part of the book. You know,
Yeah.
like this.
This is like the meat and potatoes
Yeah,
of the book.
And I was like,
the story's written so well. I feel like you fall along into how they're feeling. Like you fall along into that carefreeness of, oh, she's not going to die anytime soon. You know, there's nothing really going on. We're just going to go through it. She's living her life, having fun moments. They're building a friendship together. Like this is going to last forever. And then you fall into that, oh my gosh, she's actually scared about dying. Like,
yeah,
what's
Yeah.
going on? And then you fall into that. They have their first argument, and it's like you're there with them because they've done such a great job on getting you invested in these two characters and their relationship together. Like, I cringed at this part, especially when Creeper Guy showed up, because I was like, crap, she doesn't even know that Creeper Guy's going to be out there. She's not going to come for him and follow him after,
Right.
you know, what transpired between the two of them. And he's going to get his ass handed to him. And I really feel bad for him for that. And, you know, I just like thought the worst, and it broke my heart for him. And it also broke my heart because it's like he opened himself up and had his first friend. And then are they going to end it like this? Like,
yeah,
you know, that's so heartbreaking for him. And I don't know. So yeah, the story does a very good job of making you feel everything that they're feeling in that moment.
Yes, no doubt. I loved it. I
What
still
about
do.
you?
Like the third time reading it. it still hits hard. So
What do you think?
I'm not ready for next part, but I'm ready. So I had backup panels. You didn't, Inja.
Huh? What I do?
When we split up the chapters, I was like, I have the fucked up parts. She doesn't.
I don't know how I got split up that way.
I thought I was taking the easy chapters. I was like, oh no, these mean so much more to her. Let me take that. And then I'm looking, I'm like, Sheena, you fucking idiot. You took the wrong one. Like, now I gotta do all I gotta sit through that. Like, again, never mind. I'm editing.
We'll all go through it together, don't worry.
Yeah. We'll be there for each other. But yes, thank you, ladies, for taking the time. I know you have your own lives and things going on, and I'm glad that you still showed up. Inja, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for showing up, even. I needed to, I've been like just lit lately, but this was fun. It was fun. This is all I ever wanted, was just to build memories with my friends. So
Aww, we love you.
I love you. I know you.
Sheena in their life.
Stop. Yeah, but yes, we appreciate everybody that showed up for us. Anybody that's ever liked and shared and all that stuff, we appreciate you. Do you mind if I throw up Jen's thing real quick again?
Oh, please do. Yeah. Please do.
So just in case you guys missed it, Jen, she has, she needs help. And yeah, hopefully you guys take the time to go look at her GoFundMe and, help and spread the word. And, and if not, just go meet her. If you don't know her, take the time to meet her, because she is worth it. She's worth it. So, but yes, we appreciate everybody that showed up for us. Guys, bless you. Inja, I love you. And no, I love you. I love you, Brandy. I love you, Jen. Thank you for showing up. And then, yeah, we're going to wrap this up soon. Hope maybe next week. We don't know, but we're going to be back. We're definitely going to finish this out. So.
Oh my God, Inja, don't die before we finish it.
Oh my God. We're just going to prop you up, girl, because this was your okay. But yeah, okay. We're out, Inja?
Oh, I thought you, okay.
Yeah, say that, boo.
Okay, so thank you all again for, everything Sheena said. And I think it's this one.
I'm crying. I think it's this one. Is it?